Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? I hope we always in good condition. I'm Vahra Dilla Azzahra. In this video, I would like to present the chapter 1 of my proposal. The title is The Effectiveness of Watching English Movie to Improve Student Speaking Ability at the 7th grade students of Junior High School number 10 Palembang. Before that, the honorable to my lecturer Ma'am Anissa Street as the MPD. Well, my friends, here are my chapter 1 or the introduction. Okay, let me start from the research background. English is the most important language around the world. Many people use it to communicate and interact with people who come from different countries. Globalization has made the use of English more wider. In this era of globalization, it becomes the second most spoken language in the world. According to Celine 2008, English is used both globally for international communication among countries and locally as a language of wider communication within multilingual societies. In Indonesia, English is being used as a voting language. Based on the curriculum 2013, it also becomes one of the compulsory subjects that is taught in junior high school until senior high school. Well, English has 4 skills to be taught. They are speaking, listening, reading, and writing. Because the language is used as a tool for communication, the ability to speak or communicate with others is essential. Speaking is an activity that someone interacts in order to communicate with others. It occurs everywhere and has become a part of our daily lives. Speaking is one of the fundamental skills of English. Therefore, speaking skill is important to be mastered in school. Well, we all know that speaking is one of the most difficult skills for students to learn. There are many difficulties that students face when speaking English. They must master pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar in order to be a good speaker. They always believe that speaking English is difficult and unpleasant. As a result, when the teacher asked them to practice speaking in class, they were too afraid to speak up, especially in front of the class. They may also feel anxious and insecure about their speaking, pronunciation, or grammar at times. In this case, the researcher tried to find the learning media that can make them interested and able to speak English fluently and accurately. The researcher assumed that one of the media which makes students interested and competent in speaking English is English movies. The use of English movies as a media in teaching learning process in speaking skill is expected to evoke the students' imagination, so they have idea to deliver when they speaking English. Brown 2004 state that one of the most common techniques for producing oral production is through visual images, photographs, diagrams, and graphs. According to Zumam and Fujiono 2020, the previous researcher have recommended that English movie should be used as a media to enhance the students' speaking skills. The research findings showed that English movie was suitable to be used in speaking teaching learning process. Based on the result, it can be concluded that the use of English movie can improve the students' speaking ability. Based on the following, the researcher were interested to conduct a research entitled The Effectiveness of Watching English Movie to Improve Students' Speaking Ability. The researcher tried to make speaking activities more enjoyable and effective for students learning English by determining the techniques that are appropriate and effective for teaching speaking. Okay, the next one is the research problem. Based on the background, the research problem was formulated in the following question. How the effectiveness of watching English movie in improving student speaking ability? Okay, and then The research objective. The objective of this research is to find out the effectiveness of watching English movie in improving students' speaking ability. The last one is the research significance. This study hopes to give some significant result that can be useful for the students, the teacher, the researcher itself, and for the next researcher, and to give some contribution to improve teaching and learning English. The first one is for the English teacher. The result of this research is expected to encourage, improve, and motivate the teachers to be more creative, so the learning English in class will be enjoyable and effective for students. The second one is for the students. The result of this research is expected to give them new experience in learning English and motivates them to speak and face the problem when they speak English. The third one is for the researcher itself. The result of this research is expected that the researcher can apply watching English movie as a media for teaching speaking in the future. The last one, for the next researcher. The result of this research is expected to be beneficial references material for the next researcher. Okay, now we come to the next chapter, that is chapter 3 about research methodology. The first one is research design. This study was conducted by using qualitative design. The purpose of this study or this research was to find out the effectiveness of watching English movie in improving students' speaking ability at 7th grade of Junior High School number 10 Palembang. The researchers were interested to conduct a research entitled The Effectiveness of Watching English Movie to Improve Students' Speaking Ability because the researcher tried to make speaking activities more enjoyable and effective for students learning English by determining the techniques that are appropriate and effective for teaching speaking. Okay, the next is the setting of the study. The study was undertaken at Junior High School number 10 Palembang. It is a junior high school in Palembang, South Sumatra, on Jalan Rudus, Kecamatan Kemuning. SMP Negeri 10 or Junior High School number 10 is a state junior high school that in the Indonesian province of South Sumatra. The writer used purposive sampling to determine the participants of this study. The participants of this research were 50 students at 7th grade of Junior High School number 10 Palembang. They were chosen because they were frequently watch English movie to improve their speaking ability. Okay, the next is data collection technique. The data will be collected through an interview with the participants in order to obtain detailed information. The researcher used one-on-one interviews because it's effective for participants who are hesitant to speak, articulate, and the participants can enjoy comfortably sharing their ideas. The researcher conduct the interview in Bahasa, so it is less formal, and the participants can respond confidently and comfortably. To collect the data, researcher prepare the question that will be asked for the students, and the researcher use open-ended question. The researcher using smartphones voice recorder during the interview. Okay, the last part is data analysis. In the data analysis, the researcher will use thematic analysis to analyze the data. The researcher will gather detailed data from interviews and translate it into English text. Then, the researcher save all of the information in the file. And the next is the researcher reads the entire transcription and begins to code the data interview based on the student's perception. And the data is organized into categories based on the aspect of speaking that have an impact or effect on improving speaking ability. And finally, the data are analyzed and compared to previous study. And the researcher explained the results of the effectiveness of watching English movies to improve students' speaking ability. Okay, thank you. That's all about my chapter 3. Thank you for watching.